Whoa. Are you going to caucus this year?
I can't. I have to work that night, but I have caucus before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, and I love to caucus. I've taken my children.
Who would you support if you were him?
The Donald.
Ah, okay.
And if it wasn't Donald, it would be the Bernie.
There you go. I found a person that was undecided between Sanders and Cruz, so take that, Jacob. Anyway, that was MSNBC's Jacob Soboroff out with a Bernie Sanders canvasser yesterday. Look, not every Iowan is like that woman, divided between the two polar opposites in the race, but many caucus goers backing Trump or Sanders have similar rationales. And for many of them, it's the first time they've decided to caucus. I've talked to Iowans at rallies this week, and a lot of the language you hear from a Sanders supporter and a Trump supporter could work with the other candidate.
Yes, Bernie, of course. I don't know, he just gives me some hope that, you know, there's young people out here that are falling behind. Yeah, we're the senior citizens, and, you know, I'm comfortable. I live in Iowa, and it's good, but I think I've got grandkids, 11 of them, and I want them to have a future, too. And I think he's looking at the future. I think we're looking ahead.
Is there one thing in Washington that you think only Donald Trump can deal with this?
I think he might inspire people to be more honest and also to try and make good decisions with the information that's out there in the world.
I'm joined right here at the table with three first-time caucus goers. Ruvum Nachve, a backer of Bernie Sanders, Sarita Hendrickson, and Joe Polensky, both supporting Donald Trump. Welcome to all of you. I get complaints all the time that said, I don't want to hear from political pundits. I want to hear from actual voters. So here we go. Sarita, let me start with you. What is it, the first time you've caucused? How long have you lived in Iowa?
You know, I was born in Storm Lake, and I have lived in other states, but came back to Des Moines about 10 years ago.
And it's the first time you've decided to caucus, huh?
It is. It's the very first time. I don't know, I'm inspired this time by Trump. I mean, my son is in the Army. He's on his 3rd deployment. And I am so impressed with what Trump has to say about our veterans. You know, beef up the facilities that are available to them, put in satellites in regular hospitals so they don't have to travel so far. My father has to travel from Storm Lake to Fort Dodge to the Veterans Hospital, and he's 88, and I drove him the last time.
Right, and especially in the rural areas, it is very tough with,
Yes,
these
it is.
with the VA situation. Joe, how long have you been in Iowa?
Since 1997.
And this is the first time you've decided to caucus, huh?
That's right.
What about Trump said, you know what, all right, finally I'm going to show up to this crazy event?
I like his take no hostages attitude. He's straightforward. As a businessman, I think he would really help the economic state of our nation right now. I really think it takes a man with that background. He's also got down and got his hands dirty. He used to work construction, so he can relate to the blue-collar worker. I think he can touch everybody in the United States, and that's why I'm going to caucus for him. I mean, I'm really excited. I'm tired of the establishment. I think he brings fresh blood.
I'm tired of the establishment. I hear that from Sanders supporters too, Ruvum.
Yeah.
So, how long have you lived in Iowa?
Well, actually, for about 10 years now. Before that in Washington State.
Okay. And you decided this time to caucus, huh?
Well, actually, that's because of my age.
All right,
I'm
fair
19
enough.
years old. So.
All right, so you fit the characteristic that we assume is the first-time caucus goer for Sanders.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly it. The college student that is inspired by Bernie Sanders. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to them before this event, and you know, that's one of the things we both share. We're very enthusiastic about these candidates because both seem to represent something new, something past this corrupt political structure that we've had so far. And both Bernie and Trump, I suppose, have that kind of non-establishment vibe, and they're very inspiring to listen to. Personally, I lean in Bernie Sanders' direction because of his progressivism, but yeah, it's definitely a great, exciting time.
All right, and so there's been this skepticism, right? Are you guys going to go? Do you know where do you know your caucus location? I'm going to quiz you.
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, you know where it is? Do you know where yours is?
Yes, I do.
And you know where yours is? How much has the Trump campaign contacted you?
They have not contacted me at all.
Okay, and what about yourself?
Oh my goodness, ever since Thursday, or maybe it was Wednesday, but like 5 times.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
Have you gone to a Trump event?
No,
You hadn't, but you signed up
no.
somehow? They just somehow found you?
Yes, they did.
Very interesting. And have you gone to any Trump events?
No, I haven't.
Oh, interesting.
Just from watching on MSNBC.
True. It's interesting. And what about you with the Sanders campaign? How much have they been in touch?
I've known him since, well, I've found him since 2015, but yeah, they've been in contact with me ever since I went to a couple of their a couple of their rallies, and they've been making sure that we've been getting out there.
So you signed up, and when you went to the first rally, you gave them some contact info, and then they've been on top.
Yeah, they've been contacting me, and I think even before that, I was getting emails from the Clinton campaign.
Okay, I got to ask
I
this.
mean,
Second
from the
choice. If you
Sanders.
weren't for Trump, would you be caucusing, Joe?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. And if it weren't for Trump, would you be caucusing?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, well, and what about you with Bernie?
Well, yeah, I would.
You would caucus. Okay.
Yes. More than likely for Hillary Clinton, simply because she's the progressive candidate, although reluctantly so.
All right. Do you have a second choice, Joe? If you had to pick one?
I do. If Donald Trump doesn't get the nomination, I'm going to jump ship and go for Bernie.
Oh, how about that? All right. So
Oh,
there you go.
my.
More of that. What about yourself?
Oh, I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Fair enough. You don't have to. Anyway, this is, I really appreciate it. It's good to hear from real voters. We don't always have to have pundits. We all think we know what you think. Now people get to see what you think.
Exactly.
Thanks for being great hosts, by the way. We love coming to Iowa. It's a wonderful place. Anyway, enjoy the caucus, and let's hope it's not too snowy.